Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders that took place in Moscow on the 13th of November 2022. It's going to be a year in 10 days' time. May the 4 victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. The light that you see shining bright up on the hill, that is allegedly in front of the girl's house. In the beginning of this case, that they said that the timelines of the murder was between 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning. I wonder if that car could be the white Elantra 2011 to 2013 model that the police were searching for in the beginning. They were searching for occupants in a white vehicle that was seen near the resident, and that was between 3 to 4 a.m. But the timelines changed later on, and they said that it happened at 5 past 4 up to 5:25, I believe, or up to 4:25. The white car that is parked in Taylor Lane is quite interesting for me, because I remember there was a clip that I zoomed in closer to it and it looked like somebody was sitting in the car, inside the car. This is for entertainment purpose only. I've been saying for a couple of weeks that I believe that it was 2 separate incidents. Kaylee and Maddie, I believe, could have possibly been unlived later on. And Kaylee and Maddie were in the grub truck like we know of. The reason I say that they could have been unlived later on is because in the grub truck we heard the crowd yelling Xana's name, and that was around 2 a.m. So did something happen to Xana and Ethan around 2 a.m.? We've heard Ethan's mother saying in the first interview, that 2 a.m. is the hardest time for all of them. And we know that Ethan's mother took a private autopsy for her son Ethan after the police released his deceased body. So was this separate incidents and separate targets, separate motives? The Sigma Chi fraternity, I believe, had allegedly something to do with Xana and Ethan, because Xana and Ethan were at the Sigma fraternity party. We don't know what's happened to them between 9:45 to 1:45 a.m. They haven't come out in any pictures in social media. And that is a bit strange, because people in that age would be taking pictures at parties. I wonder, while the Banfield body cam was going on, and we know that the police's undercover car was parked over there. You can see the light shining straight ahead. I believe something was happening behind the trees and in Taylor Avenue, because Maddie's jacket is lying there. And I'm really interested in knowing why the black truck that looked like Dylan's truck was driving on Taylor Lane. Was Dylan actually at home? Was Bethany at home? Were they both at home, or were they both not at home? Were they texting each other from different places? Around 3:12 is when you see the figures jogging or running And they do look like they're coming from the direction of King's Road. And they're jogging towards the Sigma Chi fraternity. Doesn't seem like they were investigated properly. That is Saeed and the police officer. These are the figures. Who were these figures? Were they people from the Sigma fraternity or other fraternities? You can see they're like pushing each other. I believe something was happening behind those bushes. And you can see they were running to the Sigma Chi. Who called the police for the Banfield minor alcohol stop? I believe somewhere inside there, something was really happening. Because the three boys in the Banfield stop, when they were stopping near the police car, they kept on looking towards the bushes. The figures definitely came from King's Road. Unless something was going on in this parking place, which I really do believe something was going on around these areas. Why was the police searching this car in front of King's Road? And this is the red Mustang that was found 10 minutes away from the victim's house. You can see two forensic experts in the forensic kit. They were searching this car inside and outside. There are three of them. So did this car get into an accident? Although the police said it wasn't related to the case, I just find it to be a coincidence that forensics was actually wearing the kit and searching this car. And this was while King's Road was locked into a crime scene. People believe that John Showalter was seen in that red Mustang. And I pointed that out in many months, that when he's in the grub truck, he looks like he's jumping into a red car. So did he crash the car, or did the driver crash the car? The red Mustang is the light that you see behind there. Just pay attention to the black screen. Hoodie guy is going to leave after the girls leave. He goes to that direction to the right and he jumps into that car. The car's gone. It's a red car, you see that? Yeah, it's a red car. Could this be the same car? Can't just be a coincidence that he jumped into a red car, the car speeded it off, and we have this car that the forensic experts are searching. Could it be possible that the girls were taken into one of these flats, into these apartments in Taylor Lane or Taylor Avenue? Because Maddie's jacket was found here, allegedly. This was where the police car was. Jack D's face seems to be very swollen here. His eyes are swollen. His lips are swollen. Was this a fight club? Did something happen to him? Some people said that it's because he's been crying. Even if you cry, your eyes do not swell in that manner. Look at his nose, his eyes, his lips, they all are swollen. This is when he came to pick up Murphy, his dog. Did the suspect or suspects come in from this entry point? This window looks so small, and if this is the window they came from, then that can't be Brian Koberger. It has to be somebody really thin and small. Jack D drove 6 hours and 19 minutes. And fastest it would have been 5 hours and 23 minutes to his parents' cabin. Is that possible? Steve Congaves, Kaylee's father, said that no DNA was taken of Hoodie Guy. Whose fingerprint is this? Could it be what? It's supposed to be one of the 3 unidentified male DNAs. Was the person wearing a glove? Then you have the shoe, the van shoe in front of Dylan's room, the latent footprint. You have the knife sheet, and you have the glove outside the house. Do you think all of them are going to be turned in by the 1st of December, or are they going to ask for extension? I really believe the FPA is going to ask for extension. The black truck that we see driving there is allegedly or possibly DM's truck. There couldn't be so many people who have the same unique truck. Allegedly belongs to a stepmother, and that was a 301. Where was it driving there? Was Dylan and BF at home? Or was one at home and the other one outside? They were texting each other. You can see Maddie's jacket there, I believe. That's the reason I believe something was happening behind the trees. In Taylor Lane. Is that a car light? The red light that we see behind? behind the trees, I believe. It does look like a car light. There was a lot of activities happening that night. You can see the car light near the girl's house, in front of the girl's house. It says at 2:55. This was 2:55 and 36 seconds. And at 16 seconds is when a female was yelling, "Stop it, stop." And you can see the light of the car shining bright from there. This was the truck DM was driving, and it looks similar to the truck that was driving in Taylor Lane. Where did she park it? Because she didn't park it in front of 1122 Kings Road. And did she leave the house at 3:01? That would make sense why the front door was open, wide open. And it was said that Dylan and her boyfriend Quinn Kelly were taking pictures, and they deleted it and they put some on private. Pictures on the party that night, wherever they went, and pictures of them in a mosque. There's the same black truck. I wonder if it's the same truck Inan Har saw. That was DM and her boyfriend Quinn Kelly, although he says he wasn't in Moscow that night. They put everything on private. Why would you even wear a mask for fun? Doesn't make sense. Jack Showalter and the guy in the black tracksuit seem to be texting each other. There was a lot going on in the grub truck and the band field. and the Corner Club. Please like, share, and subscribe. Justice for the victims, condolence to the families.